has been the second night of Wrestlemania. I'm joined today on this lovely review by Dave from Crash Screen Productions. How you doing today, man?
A little tired after that, but I'm alright.
Good. KK416.
Hello.
And joining again for the second review of ever is Arsenio Gonzalez. How you doing today, man?
Good, thanks.
Well, what a night of Mania that was. I mean, I would just like to point out what is the point of putting a pre-show on for an hour when they're just going to do is talk and no matches? There's no point in the pre-show at that point.
And here's the biggest problem that I have with the pre-show before the actual show is all of the video clips that you show during the pre-show, you show before the fucking match anyways, so why do we need to see it twice within a couple hours of each other?
Exactly. I agree with that statement. It's kind of no point that, in my opinion, to show it twice. But anyway, let's kick off with the first match that massively flopped, in my opinion. The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Massively pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, definitely. Well, let's start with the entrance. Randy Orton did a normal entrance, wearing white, which is very
odd for Orton.
Very, very odd for Orton to wear white. And then the Alexa Bliss came out, and there was a giant Jack in the Box, or I guess Fiend in the Box. There, she cranked it, and the Fiend rose up in a slightly new mask, slightly altered original mask, and his outfit. So he's no longer burnt Fiend. He is now restored back to his true, full self. And then the match started. So that's when the disappointment started. The Alexa Bliss rose from the box during the match. All the black gunk started coming down her face and everything, and then the Fiend got an RKO and lost.
Yeah, it's kind of an anticlimactic way to end that match, wasn't it?
100%, dude. 100% anticlimactic, in my opinion.
Intriguing as hell.
Well, yeah, I'm massively looking forward to knowing what happens next. But as a match goes, it was meh. I gave it a 2 out of 5. Fiend should have won.
Yeah, if you were to just watch that as it is, like by itself, with no context of the before or what's going to come after,
it wouldn't have been good.
That was trash.
I said 2.8.
I said 2.5.
Okay, KK went with 2.75. Did you say 2.5, Arsenal?
Yes.
Dave?
Yeah, around that 2.5, 3 range. 2.5. I hope that they've still got a lot of storytelling to do on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Ben gave it a 1.75.
I was awfully low.
We then go to the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who managed to knock a tooth out of someone's head again, I'd like to point out, versus Natalya and Tamina. This match was meh, but better than the previous match, mainly due to the fact of...
I'm just so over the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Now we have 2 sets in the company.
Yeah, they literally don't, like, and the one set doesn't really even mean anything.
No, well, none of them mean anything, to be perfectly honest. They're just... There's too many women's titles and just not enough of women's division to make them worth it.
Tamina and Natty should have won. They got some big loud cheers from the crowd when they won the turmoil, all just for this.
Yeah, I 100% were behind Natalya and Tamina. Tamina deserves the championship, so does Natalya.
I'll agree. I want to see this match again.
Yeah, I gave this match... Oh, yeah, the champions retained. I gave this a 3 out of 5. Ben gave it a 3 out of 5 as well. It was actually, for a women's tag title match, including Botch Monkey Nia Jax and quite rough wrestler Shayna Baszler. It was actually a decent match. One of the best matches I've seen them
I'll
do.
give it a 2.75. It was slightly better than the match that it preceded, but not by much.
No. I gave it. What did you give it,
3.5.
Dave?
2.75, like I just said.
Arsenio?
3.5.
Damn, you really enjoyed it, man. KK?
1.4.
1.5. You really didn't like this match.
No.
Fair enough. Then we go to one of the best matches of the night. The second best match of the night, in my opinion. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Not really much to say about this match. It was pretty well dominated by Kevin Owens.
Good match.
Great match.
Yeah, I mean, Logan Paul got stunned after the match, which was a nice moment.
Made the match even better by doing that.
Match was already over at that point. Can't make it any better.
It was a good ending.
Yeah, Kevin Owens beat Sami Zayn. I gave it a 3.5.
I'll give it a solid 3.
Okay.
I said 3.8.
So 3.75 for KK.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with KK on this one. 3.75. It was a pretty decent match, dominated heavily by Kevin Owens. So I don't want to go any higher than that, but.
Yeah, Ben gave it a 3.25. We then go on to the United States Championship match. Riddle defending against Sheamus. Sheamus busted the shit out of Matt Riddle's face by the end of it. I think he made him bite on his tongue.
He was pouring blood.
Massively pouring with blood. Sheamus won. I gave it a 2.75 out of 5. It was slightly more than average match. Ben agreed with me at 2.75. Dave?
Sorry, which match?
United States Championship match.
Sheamus versus Riddle?
Yes.
I don't recall this match being very spectacular, but give it a 3? I can't even barely remember the actual match.
I just remember the end spot where he kicked him in the face and made him bleed like a hooker. So 2.75 right there. There's real blood.
I just remember that, the title hadn't changed.
Yeah, KK, what are you giving it?
So it was a good match, the right call. That was a nice bro kick, so what did I give it? I gave it a 7 out of 10, so 3 out of 5.
Yeah, Arsenio?
I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, good call for the win. We then go immediately to the Nigerian drum fight match, which is basically another no disqualification weapons match. Why does no disqualification matches need 40,000 different freaking names? But yeah, Big E defended against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews won with Dabba Kato, who was the guard at the Raw Underground, he
He wasn't
made.
the guard. Almost was the guard, but he was Davakiro. He was one of the fighters.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Apollo Crews has now got his. Well, they trademarked something like General something for his name, so it looks like he's going to be like the elite guard
He's pretty much
for.
gonna be, bodyguard.
Yeah, basically.
He's gonna be almost to AJ.
Yeah, but I think if I can remember, he can wrestle better than Omos, so it should be more interesting.
Yeah. I could really get behind this. I really wanted Big E to retain, but this was intriguing. Good match.
Yeah, I gave it a 3. KK, what did you give it?
3.2.
3.25. Dave?
3.
And Ben gave it a 2.75. And Arsenio?
I'll give it a 3.5. I like the match.
I'm glad you did. Yeah. We then go to Rhea Ripley going against Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. This was a fairly good match, in my opinion. Asuka
I
and
disagree.
Rhea Ripley. Really?
Biased opinion.
No, it has nothing to do with the fact that I got the hots for Asuka. It just felt like another women's match.
Hmm.
You know, like it didn't feel like there was any over the top spots, or it's WrestleMania. Should be more than just a regular match.
I like how it was mostly brawling.
Yeah. Rhea deserved the win. Some people are saying like it's too early for Rhea to get the win, but if you think about it, I wouldn't really let her lose 2 manias in a row. So this was like well deserved.
I'm sorry, but I hate this excuse. This person's not been here long enough. Why do we have to wait like 2 years to pull the trigger on a new champion? Why is it like, oh wait, this person hasn't been here long. They shouldn't win the championship. Why are we going to wait till no one cares about her before we put a championship on her?
I gave this a 4.8.
Okay. Just want to put this out. WWE officially announces that more than 25,000 fans were in attendance at WrestleMania 37 Night 1. They only had 25,000 seats available. And they were still selling tickets. You can't bullshit when people know the amount of tickets that you had to sell.
And it was sold out, supposedly.
It wasn't. There were still tickets being available, but there were still tickets being sold as the day of the event, so they're bullshitting. But yes, 3.25 for Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I'm glad that she won. But yeah, I hate this whole bullshit. They've not been there long enough. Don't put the belt on them. I think that's just a cop-out thing to hold people back for the sake of it. If you've got a new dominant person, put the belt on them, let them run with it. It's not like Rhea Ripley's brand new to the company or anything. Rhea Ripley's been in NXT and NXT UK. She's been in the company for a few years. She's not exactly a freaking rookie, is she?
No.
Yeah, 3.25, Dave. Since you didn't like it, what are you giving it?
2.5.
Ben agreed with you. KK?
I gave mine. I said, I think I said 3.
Okay, we'll go with that. Arsenio?
I'll give it a 3.5 because I really like brawling matches.
I said 4.8, Tom.
You're giving this women's match a 4.75, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, you really did like this match.
I have to look at my notes.
Yeah, okay. We then go, also good job, Rhea Ripley, congratulations. It's nice to see that the women's division's got 2 new champions that have never been champions before, and, feels kind of fresh to have new champions. We then go to the Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns defending against Daniel Bryan and Edge. This match was decent.
Very good match.
Very.
Yeah, Roman Reigns won, which generally...
I was shocked by that outcome.
I think we
Same
all were.
here.
Yeah.
I was expecting Edge to take that.
They built the story for Edge to win. Personally, good job. They put a new talent. Well, no, God, exactly. Well, Roman Reigns is 35, so can we still consider him a new talent? He's not
been
exactly
around
going to be
too long.
retiring in the next 5 years, is he?
No.
Yeah. Overall, Roman Reigns will continue to be a dominant champion, which honestly, his story has been one of the best things on WWE television for all year.
One of the greatest WrestleMania mains of all time, I would have to say. I really thought Edge had it.
I've seen better main events, but not many.
This match, it lived up to its hype, though.
I think so. The problem is when I think about Mania good matches, a lot of them were not main event. I think of good matches like Undertaker matches or like ladder matches and stuff like that, and none of them are main events. Like the Undertaker matches are the best Mania matches for me, but none of them were main event. Like Taker and Shawn were not main event, so whatever main evented that year was shit because it was Taker.
It was non-stop action. The only question I have is who's next for Roman.
Yeah, exactly. I gave this match a 4.5 out of 5. Dave, what are you giving it for the main event?
I felt maybe it ran a little bit long. After the big spears, like Daniel Bryan through the announce table, Edge spears Roman off of the steps. Like I thought it should kind of maybe wrap up around there, but it didn't. So I'm gonna give it a 4 though. It was a good solid match.
Yeah, Ben agreed with you at a 4. They had some good spots though. KK?
I said 6 out of 10.
So you're giving it a 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Arsenio?
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Tom.
4.5.
Yes.
Okay. Now Roman Reigns won. What are we thinking about out of 10? This was clearly the better night of WrestleMania. Even if it's just in terms of matches. Overall, you're giving it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 6 out of 6.5.
6.5. Okay. 6.5. I've got a 7. Dave?
I think I gave last night a 7, and you are right that tonight was the...
You gave last night a 7.25.
Oh, did I? I thought I gave it a 7. So, I personally felt that tonight was quite a bit better. So I'm gonna go with an 8.
Okay. I think I'd have to give this night a 7.5. Overall, I enjoyed watching this, even though some of the matches weren't as good as last night. The overall feel felt more like WrestleMania than last night felt. This felt more like a typical Mania. You've got the heels you've got the heels overcoming the babyface, and you've got the baby faces getting their moment, like Rhea Ripley getting her moment. You got Kevin Owens getting his WrestleMania moment, and Randy Orton slayed the Fiend again, and it had a big fight feel for most of the night, whereas last night didn't.
I don't think the Fiend's dead, but that's just
me.
No,
but you know what I mean by slaying. He beat him. You can't beat a demon. You have to slay a demon. Well, yes, but yes, 7. Ben gave it a 6.5. If I had not mentioned that. So yeah, overall, not the best Mania I've ever watched, but this night definitely picked up compared to last night. Last night kind of went until like the second half. This one it felt all right throughout. Even if the matches were not the best, it still felt good throughout the entire night.
And plus, there wasn't a delay.
Oh, thank God there weren't a delay, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were saying weather got worse.
Yeah, luckily it got better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now we just got to get to the post WrestleMania Raw, which is tomorrow. I'm hoping we get to see my favourite WWE female wrestler return tomorrow, which will be Becky Lynch to challenge Rhea Ripley for a match at Backlash or wherever she wants to challenge her. That's what I hope. But
I'm just ready to learn about what happened with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to is
Yeah.
what the hell's going on with Alexa Bliss and the Fiend.
yeah, Sheamus will obviously got a promo. Bobby Lashley's going to get interrupted by his next challenger, whether that be Brock or, my personal opinion, it might be Adam Cole.
You think Adam Cole versus Bobby Lashley is going to be any good, though? Like, I'm sure they can put on a decent match, but, I mean...
Bobby's going to be him alive.
I would hope that that's how they'd book it, because Bobby Lashley is like 3 of Adam Cole.
He's the whole Undisputed Era.
What
Right?
Undisputed Era? I think that group died. But yeah, that was Mania. Before we start continuing to ramble on any longer and get to like 45 minutes, because I'm sure we're all tired after that night of wrestling. And we've got to do this for another 5 nights before we get a day off from wrestling. So I think we should all get some sleep before Raw tomorrow.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree.
Alright, well, thank you all for watching. Make sure you check out Dave at Crash Screen Productions. His link is in the description below. Thank you for joining, Dave, KK, and Arsenio.
No problem.
No problem.
And we shall see every one of you, hopefully, tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.